Hello everyone, my name is Arden and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be taking a look at LEGO Sonic set number 76995. This is the 196 piece Shadows Escape that released in December of 2023. Part of the second and newest wave of LEGO Sonic sets, and right off the bat this is, I think, one of the best $25 sets I've ever seen. The Shadow minifigure is amazing. The level of detail on the figure is just great. The bike build is really impressive and one of my favorite LEGO motorcycle builds that I've seen. I think the little side builds are really good as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You've got one figure in this set. I believe this is the cheapest Sonic set to date. I know there's a bit of a smaller one, and then there's the one that has the plane with tails in it. So I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is currently the cheapest Sonic set, and it's a great set. This is the first Sonic set that I've bought, and really what drew me to this set was the Shadow minifigure along with that bicycle, which I thought was great. And there were a few additions to this set that really surprised me. One part of this set, every element that has a detail on it, you can see right there from the bikes, you'll see a closer one in the little capsule there, are printed pieces. There's no stickers in this set, being that this is my first experience with the theme. I'm not 100% sure if that's a common occurrence throughout the other sets, but I would assume that given that these are all printed elements, that pieces in other sets are printed as well, which, if that is the case, I guess my views on the theme are changed a little bit, because I would say the sets do seem quite expensive from that first wave, whether it's that Tails and with the plane set, which is like a $40 or $60 set. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's up there for what you seem to get in the set. But looking at this now, seeing the quality of the Shadow minifigure and also quality of other figures like the upcoming Knuckles figure, and I'm sure several others, as well as with those printed elements, I might have to try out some more of these Sonic sets, because I was quite impressed by this one. So taking a look at the smallest part here, the Rhino bot, I think is built up decently well. I like how the front is built up. There's really no colors seen here that you wouldn't want to see. It's all the dark bluish gray, light bluish gray, the bit of yellow and white. And yeah, I think that's good. You know, with things with different joints throughout them, you really don't want to see mix-match color joints. You definitely don't see that here, so I think it's a good and well-built Rhino bot, featured in other sets. You've got the little mold piece here, and I think it's pretty nice. The beak is, it's not printed right on there, it's actually molded into it. Same for the wings as well as the tail. I think it's a pretty cute little mold. The bigger builds of this set are the bike along with the little capsule, the Eggman capsule there. So I'll take a look at this first and show you the figure along with it, I guess. But here's the bike. It's not an overly oversized bike. You definitely see that a lot with LEGO sets, and of course it probably is, but you know, I think it's a very nice sized bike, and it's a very well built LEGO bike for a $25 set, a 200 piece set. I am very impressed with how this is built. Looking at it, you've got printed details on each side. They're the same printed piece there and there. The tire at the back is a bigger one, and yeah, it's the midsection there is built up quite simply, but I think it's done effectively. And yeah, it's those printed editions are nice aspects of the set. I really like how it's built up here, the light right there at the front. I just think this looks great. Of course, you have those light bluish gray Technic pins used, which I wouldn't say is the most ideal thing. I'd wish those would be black to just blend in with the rest of it. But I don't think they're terrible since you do see some grays throughout the build. My favorite part of this set is those paint brush or handle pieces used for the handles of the bike. I just think it looks great. I absolutely love how those look. I just think they add really nice detail to the bike, and I love how they're built into it, and I just think they really elevate the build to something that I wouldn't really expect in a $20 set. The next build here, this little Eggman capsule, has really the only feature of this set. Sort of surprisingly, in a set like this, I feel like you would integrate a play function into a bike, but they don't. So the play function of this set is integrated into this Eggman capsule build where, like the set title says, Shadow can escape from it. This also includes a really nice printed piece, which I'll show you in a second, but the build's got that larger glass piece used, some larger pieces throughout it, a lot of red and light bluish gray. There's a mix of a lot of colors here, and I do think at some points it does look a little bit disjointed. But overall, I think it's a good small side build, and it definitely reminds me of the set that I believe it was the one that featured Mr. Freeze from the Lego Batman movie, at least the first wave of sets. I think the build for Eggman's head for a sign is done well. And you've got those steps up there with a few studs to attach a minifigure. Now the play function of this is pushing down this little bit right here, and I guess I'll just show you what it does. I probably shouldn't put my hand there or else I'll knock it over. There it goes. So it drops down the bar there, and then also knocks off that little piece right there, which gives you a look inside of it, and of course you have enough space to fit a minifigure, even though saying that I haven't actually tried it, so I'm not sure exactly. With such a big head, I'm hoping, like he's perched a little forward there. This is the test in the video to see if he actually can fit in this thing, and he definitely does. Okay, well, that's good. Shadow fits in Shadow's pod, so that's good. Okay, so the little build here, I think the highlight of this build is that printed piece for all of Shadow's information. That printed piece is just very cool. You got some vitals there, some other little things there. It's such a cool little printed piece, and when I saw that, it really excited me, because I was looking in the box for the sticker sheet for a solid few seconds, and I realized there wasn't, especially when I saw such a large piece like that be a printed piece. But yeah, I think it's a nice little build. I think both builds there are done quite well, especially for a $25 set. So now I'll just take a look at the minifigure, show you the box, then give you my final thoughts on this. Minifigures and Lego sets tend to be, I would say, the driving force for someone to buy sets generally. Of course, as you move up the line with price, it does sort of change to builds, but in a set like this, I would say it's the minifigure that really drives you to purchase this set, and I don't think this one is any different. The quality on this Shadow minifigure is absolutely amazing. It's pretty close to like a CMF quality minifigure, and I think that's really, I would say, what you want to see in Lego sets. You want to see more detailed figures. I don't think ones that go super above and beyond are necessarily needed all the time, but you want the leg printing, you want that arm printing, and you just want an adequate amount of detail to get an accurate figure. The Shadow figure here, of course, has that molded head, which I believe it would be different than Sonic's head, I believe. I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't reuse it. There's sort of a whole different head there, but it's a molded head. That's pretty cool. It's printed quite well. I think the black on the red looks good. It's definitely not as bright as it is on the box, but I think it still looks pretty good. I think the eyes look really good, as well as the face. That red down right there, I think, is a lot better, as well as the eyes. And I don't think the red on the is too bad. The torso printing there, the little bit of fur there on the black torso, of course, printing white onto black doesn't usually turn out too well, and as much as I do believe it's faded, you can see that with the difference in the legs, the hands, and the eyes compared to that white, but I do still think it looks pretty good. The printing on the arms adds a nice bit of detail to the figure. I really love that. The dual molded legs are nice. No wraparound leg printing there, but I still got dual molded legs, which I think is a nice addition, as well as the leg printing and on the toes, back printing there. This is just an amazing minifigure, and I definitely need to look more into the Sonic theme to see if minifigures are this detailed on other sets. And yeah, the head mold is great. The printing is pretty solid. Of course, with a dark minifigure with printing lighter colors on this, you're going to have them be a little bit more faded, but I think it's done pretty well. The torso is a little bit faded, as well as the red on the head mold is slightly faded. But overall, I do think it's a very, very solid Shadow minifigure. Here's the box of the set. I think it presents the set quite well. There you do see the little bird coming out of the Rhinobot, and it can't do that in the set. Just, like, it's never going to do that. But I think the Shadow minifigure, as well as the builds, are displayed quite nicely on here. Of course, with the box, it does present the minifigure better than it actually is. The printing on both the torso and the head are not as bright as seen in the box. But overall, I think it presents the set quite nicely. It's sort of weird that it's on a street where this capsule just wouldn't be in the middle of the road, but other than that, it's sort of just like the set was placed on something. But yeah, it's all right. The Sonic logo there, Sonic in the corner, the little bricks behind the Sonic logo. I love how the minifigure is displayed on the box here with the ring around it. You've got your two characters there, and then different images of the set. I think it overall presents the set quite well. You do have Shadow on the side of the box, which I think is pretty cool there. I don't know if that's the case for all the sets, like in the Tails set, if Tails is on the side of the box, if in the upcoming Knuckles set, Knuckles is in the side of the box, or how exactly it works with this theme, but I like that Shadow is there. I think it's a cool addition to it, and we'll probably make a nice lineup having all the sides of the boxes put together, where you got Sonic, Tails, Shadow, Knuckles, all these different characters. But yeah, I like this set, so thank you. Yeah, okay, I'll take a look at, or just give you my final thoughts on it. I think the LEGO Sonic's Shadow's Escape is one of the best $20 LEGO sets I've seen. The minifigure is very well detailed, very well done. The two builds are also well done for a set of this size. Even for larger sets, I think the motorcycle build is really well done. I really like the printed elements. I think the one in the capsule there is really good. And there's really nothing in this set that I would want to change. I think it's an amazing set. You know, I love when you can do this, when you can do a $20 set and make it a really high quality set, and this does it, and I'm really impressed with that. I'd love to see more like this, and I probably will be buying more from this Sonic theme if I see stuff that really interests me, because I'm very happy with this. I think the Sonic, or the Shadow minifigure is just great. And yeah, that's my review of it. I think it's a great set. I highly recommend it if you're interested in it, because it's not an expensive set, but you really get quality here, and I think that's great. You want to see that from every wave, that from their cheap sets to their expensive sets, you get quality, and you definitely get that here, and I'm very happy about that. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.